Like this book here, it's around 200 or 300 rupees. I will show it to you guys one by one. And it has some illustrations also, but it's really interesting because hi friends, my name is Anto and you are watching Not Just a Booktuber, that is me. And I am guessing that most of the people who have clicked this video must be looking for books that are cheap, that is below 100 or 200 rupees. And out of all those people, some of them must have tried their luck in Amazon, that is they must have gone to Amazon and then they have clicked books under 100 rupees and they must be baffled. You will get confused as to which book you have to buy. That's where I come in. First, let's get started with the books that are under 100 rupees. So total I have around 20-25 books, and out of those these are the books, and out of those these are the books that are below 100 rupees. Below 100 rupees does not mean that the book is bad or something like that. Let's start with one of my best read. You will not believe that this book is below 100 rupees because its MRP is written 255, but every time that I see this book on Amazon, it's always below 90 or even 80 rupees. There are two authors, Karthik Sharma and Ravi Nirmal Sharma. They have done a fantastic job writing this book, but I don't know why this book isn't getting the attention that it needs. And this is the more, I will say that this is one of the most underrated Indian books in the market right now. Like, you should really pick this up, really, I insist, because it you won't be disappointed. Like there are some books that some people like, some people don't like, but this one everyone likes. It follows like a team of youngsters, how they go on starting their startup. It's not your usual startup or a business guide. This is a really good joyous adventure book. So the next books are these are all classic books: Kidnapped, 12 Years a Slave, and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, White Fang, The Invisible Man. All the books that I have shown you right now are classics. People refer to them as classic for a reason. These classic books have been published like so many years ago, and therefore, so what happens is that these books can be published by anyone. Like this book is published by Scholastic, this is by the Townsend Library. Therefore you get so many different price range for the same book. The story remains the same. The thing that differs is that it might have illustrations, the paper quality will change, or it might be an unabridged or an abridged edition. Check out the description for its meaning. And one more thing, classic doesn't mean that the book is very hard to read. Okay, this is a common misconception that people think that classical books are difficult to read. Not at all. Some of them can be, but not all of them. The next two books are written by the same author, that is Preeti Shinoy, and these two books are below 100. Like right now it is below 100, most of the time it is below 100 only. And these two books talk about mental health, and has a woman protagonist who is studying college and her life and how she struggles with depression, anxiety and mental health. Okay, that's the first section. Now let's move on to the second section, that is books below 200 rupees. But in between these two sections, there comes my special book. This is the complete illustrated Sherlock Holmes. Now this book, this is a very thick book. Like it has around 1500 pages, and this is a illustrated book, but still it is a classical book. And this book is also published by so many publishers. Therefore you get so many price differences. Like this book you can get it around 200 or 300 rupees, even for 3000 or 4000 rupees also. The same story, but different reason. Now why I have placed this book between the 100 rupees and 200 rupees mark is that this is not one story. This has 4 novels. Okay, this has 4 big novels and 56 short stories written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, one of my favorite authors, one of my favorite books. So if you don't want to read the whole book, what you can do is you can buy either a collection of its short stories, or you can buy one of its novel which is below 100 rupees. But if you like it, and which I know you will like it, then what will you proceed to do is that you will start to collect the other novels or the other stories, or you might be tempted to buy the whole collection. It will be around 200 or 300 rupees. So that's why I have placed this book below 200 rupees books. Here we have the autobiography of Milkha Singh, The Race of My Life. You must have seen the movie starring Farhan Akhtar, Bhag Milka Bhag. This is more realistic story. I'm telling you all this because I don't want you to be like, I have seen this movie, so why should I read this? Because it's different. And there are also some photographs. When he was in army, his son. And this is a newspaper clip of Milkha Singh. I have kept it here. I really love this book. I will recommend every Indian to read this book, and it is below 200 rupees most of the time. And this is the first book in the trilogy of Bahubali Before the Beginning, and this is also mostly below 200 rupees only. I have already made a video on these books, and the link will be here somewhere. Covered this with the newspaper. This is Great Works of Mahatma Gandhi. Mainly this book has his autobiography, that is My Experiments with Truth, and there are letters also, his letters and essays. But I mainly bought this book for his autobiography. And the next book, who doesn't know about this? A self-help book, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. When I bought this book, I bought it for below 100 rupees, but that was years ago. Now because of inflation, the rise of price, this book is little different, because even though this is a self-help book, but it's like a story, but it's not really that much of a story. But I like one thing about this book is that they have given some real life examples, or some practical solutions, or some exercises which you can apply directly. So it's not just theory, there are some practical things also, which is always a plus point in self-help books. Next is a book by Salil Desai, and I have heard that this book is being converted into a movie or a TV show. I really don't know whether that thing is happening. The next book is I Too Had a Love Story. Now I will be frank, the reason for me buying this book was because it was in hardcover, and the cover was like, this image is just amazing, and it's 10th anniversary edition, and it has some illustrations also. So I was like, why not buy it? But I really didn't enjoy it that much, but most of the people have enjoyed, so I can say it for you, whether you will enjoy it or not. This is a very good, fine book from outside. From inside, it's up to you. When you read it, comment below how you liked it. And the next book is not really a novel, but it's a yearbook, scholastic yearbook, 2019. I don't recommend you to buy 2019 edition, but you can buy it 2022 or 2021. This has again very, very cool illustrations. See Shaktiman there. Like this is mostly it feels like a children's book. It is visually so appealing for a yearbook, which is so boring. Yeah. So you buy this if you want to have some general knowledge about this world and what happened this year. We all know what happened this year. Corona again. The last year also there was Corona. This year also there was Corona. Hopefully it ends. It's below 200. You also get Chetan Bhagat books. I had 2-3 more books, but I gave it to my friend. This is the first book that I think of giving to someone when they ask me for 1 or 2 books to read. Every time I give them some books, I don't receive that book in the same condition that I give them. That's why I give them Chetan Bhagat books. But yes, these are not that bad. As you can see, I have bought 5-6 books. So this is the reason why I have bought 5-6 of the books by the same author. These are one of the first books that got me started in the reading journey, and if you are beginner, then these books are just great. There is another Preeti Shenoy books. Most of Preeti Shenoy books are under 200 rupees. And there is another classic, Indian classic, Train to Pakistan by Kushwant Singh. Mind-blowing book. I never thought that a book will be so gripping. I still remember its story and its ending even after 4-5 years of me reading this book. So it's really deep. It touches your heart. Then there is, for those who want to read books and don't have that much time, I will recommend Malgudi Days, published by Penguin Books India. This has a collection of short stories, and you might remember Malgudi from the TV serial that used to come in Doordarshan. You know, all 90s kids will know. That's all my recommendations, and this is one of the last video of this year, and I hope that your next year is awesome just as you are. And if you are so awesome, then why don't you like and subscribe? And if you found this video helpful, then check out my other videos. See you next time, next year. Okay, bye bye.